Hey guys, Mike here. Before we get started today, I'd like to apologize for the really bad audio quality on this particular episode. We had a little bit too much fun recording this one, and it really is just it's really just fucking terrible. And I'm only uploading it just so you can hear what really awful podcasting sounds like. Once again, I do apologize. We do appreciate everybody that takes time out of their day to listen. And hopefully going forward, this will never happen again. Okay, thank you. And now we go on to our feature presentation.
In the year 2017, an innocent man accused of a crime has a choice: hard time or prime time.
Sensational. Perfect contestant. I want him.
He must pay or play the running man.
On your mark.
I'll be back.
Go!
The highest rated TV show in history.
Guess they want us to stay.
It's a game between life and death. Give you a lift? Arnold Schwarzenegger is the running man. He's playing for a prize. The prize is his life.
How about the life?
The running man.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 22 on the Video Rangers podcast. I'm Mike Spinacco. Sitting beside me is Chris Dietz. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, everybody, and wow, another episode. We're here again, 22.
Episode 22.
And today we got a third Mike, and our friend
Yes.
Mike Sanikoff is here. It's been a while.
Back here, I'm the original third chair. Gonna keep on continuing this lead. None of these fuckboys can screw with me. I'm still always gonna be the number one original third chair. I drank way too much during this movie. I apologize. So
Mike's excited to see us.
Yeah,
I am excited to see it. I don't get out that often. I got
I don't get that.
a lot to say and not much interesting, but I'll keep on talking.
So, what are we watching today?
What is the movie of the week?
The Running Man, 1987.
And this is our first action movie?
Yes, it is.
I suppose.
Unless you want to count 3 O'Clock High, there was some action. Yeah.
Official action
There
movie.
was a fight.
There was fisticuffs.
Well, okay.
There was an
But
arena.
No, a
Kids
real
surrounded
action
the
movie. And we got a real action star.
Yes, we do.
The action star.
Yeah, the guy. When you
No,
think
I
about
don't think anyone's ever going to top him.
No, he's the pinnacle. I mean, Stallone's the only other guy licking at his nuts.
That's it.
You nip it at him.
Well, you're not a Jason Chatham man?
Is it Statham or whatever?
Is it Chatham Statham?
He's pretty good for today's standards. You know, he's no
Yeah.
Chuck
They
Norris.
do okay, but I don't give a shit about Vin Diesel.
No.
No. Or The Rock.
You know what the problem with
Not
today's
really.
movie?
The Rock is the closest thing,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. I do like
Yeah.
The Rock, but as far he's the closest.
The Rock is better than Vin Diesel.
The problem is that today's action stars don't know how to present us a kick-ass action movie with political undertones. That's where the issue arises.
This movie's great.
Yes.
This might be. We've been watching good movies lately. We've watched
Yeah.
shit, but this is another great movie.
My favorite Arnold movie.
I would say my favorite Arnold movie.
It's a
too,
hidden
and
gem because most people, when they list their favorite Arnold movies, this might either get put to the back or not mentioned. And this is a really good movie. It's a great movie.
It's just
amazing.
It predicts the future in a lot of aspects.
It predicts 2017.
Starts
way
out in
more than you
2017.
think a movie would do.
Yeah.
It really has.
Movie
today's
starts
mind.
out in 2017.
Yes. Well, one thing I love about it is how the year is 2017, 2019, but it looks a hell of a lot like 1987.
It does.
It still does. Fair enough. I understand. It
But
is
the
1987.
But
so
the substance is 2017,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
2019.
they try to.
They're light years ahead
They
of their
try to say, to do things a little bit oddly. So, it's the future. It looks weird, but it still has the government has become like a fascist state.
Yeah.
There's fake news or propaganda
So much fake news.
everywhere.
And I think and we said that was a good point. It used to be called propaganda. People don't know what propaganda is
Yeah.
anymore.
Alternative.
They gotta
Now
call it
it's
fake
called
news.
fake news.
Yeah.
It's really just propaganda.
People have dumbed down so much that they
It's
just
a
can't.
fascist state, though.
They can't say multisyllabic words. They gotta go prop. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. News not true.
If you've ever heard the revolution will not be televised.
Yes.
I didn't always understand that as a kid, and I totally understand it now because that will definitely be hidden from you. The comeuppance, people trying to rise up will be hidden from you if you have a job and you go to work and you have a family and you run the regular gambit. Those kind of things will be hidden from you. What's really going on in society. And again, I didn't understand that term when I was a kid, and I really do today. And this movie kind of, has a lot of those stuff in it. Now, the movie isn't that political. It's still an action movie, but it has the overtones.
Yeah, it's something it's subtle, but it's there, and
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's catchphrases.
Yeah. But it's good to watch it 30 years later because it's amazing how on the nose it was on a lot of
it's
things.
pretty good. I mean,
it really
they
did.
predict reality
It
television.
eerily predicted. And I gotta say, Revolution will not be televised. You're right. I didn't understand that when I was younger. And the first time I heard that was a Nike commercial for Charles Barkley sneakers.
Yeah, I think you're.
I did buy those sneakers. Which doesn't really make sense.
Go anything
It
with-
doesn't make any
anything-
sense.
It
Yeah.
doesn't go one doesn't go with the other.
It was the movie it was the commercial after he was like, I'm not a role model.
Yeah.
But those
You're
Air
right, I
Ma-
remember that.
Those
I
Air
remember that.
Maxes were still tight. So I
They were tight.
I would definitely get those Air Maxes again if they were available.
So the movie opens up with Arnold flying a helicopter. After we've been supplied the necessary knowledge to get us the audience up to speed.
There's a scroll real quick, like a Star Wars scroll, basically telling you that it is it's a fascist state more or less. Things art is censored. Television is controlled, and it's not a great time for everybody. And then and after that we get through that, we get to Arnold he's a military dog, and he's in a helicopter.
Military dog.
So he's
What is that? Is that like that's between lieutenant and sergeant, right? You get
I guess.
Military dogs.
You become a colonel,
You set the dogs
lieutenant,
on 'em.
or is it sergeant? Then you become military dog.
I didn't know I don't know what any of this is. The first time I'm
dog.
hearing
You
about
just
this.
you set people on. You
Yes,
set, you set the
military-
dogs on him.
Oh, okay.
You set him on. And basically he's a helicopter pilot, and they're ordered to. There's a group of people to disperse 1,500 unarmed civilians. He says, and they say just blow him away. He refuses. His crew disagrees because they want to just take orders and they want to live their lives normally.
Bunch of yes
because
men.
it is a
Bunch
fascist
of yes
state.
men in a helicopter.
So he refuses. He fights. He gets, they rope him up eventually. To the rest of his crew, it's like 5-on-1, and he gets sent to prison. It's 18 months later. He's doing hard labor.
Carrying fucking steel
It's
pipes.
like Commando. He might have a tree on his shoulder.
Exactly.
He's got a big beard. He looks fucking awesome. He's Arnold.
Yeah.
Because the year is 2019. The finest men in America don't run for president. They run for their lives.
It started in 2017.
Yeah.
Let's start. That was
Well,
the whole
that's
reason.
that's the tagline.
That was the whole reason why we did this movie was because it started in
reason.
2017.
Yeah, but it's a little
Not the
misleading.
whole reason, but it was a big reason.
And it looks like they're in prison, and the soldiers. It's kind of like not SS Nazis. Look to it, like stormtroopers.
They got a stormtrooper vibe.
They got mechanisms things around their necks that if you go past a certain, if you're go in the wrong area, or try to escape or something, your head will blow up. And it's hard labor.
Which was fantastic special effects.
They're scheming to get out of here.
They're scheming
to get on
They're scheming.
Yeah. That's what's happening.
They got a
They do a
scam.
fake fight, they're trying to figure out the computer system. They got the smart nerdy guy. You always need a smart nerdy guy, and they got to make sure that he's a smart nerdy guy.
The smart guy from Predator.
Who's the smart guy from Predator?
Isn't that guy in Predator? The guy with the glasses?
Oh, he is in Predator. Yeah, he's the first guy who dies in Predator.
Yeah.
He gets skinned. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
he is. Oh, he's in that movie. There's a few crossovers with Arnold movies. I mean, he had a.
4 actors appear in the Predator franchise.
He's got. This came out in '87, and Predator came out in '87. So I mean,
This is a lost jewel. This is a deep cut that should have been on a.
I'm sure,
on a regular album.
The thing
It's
is,
a
like,
good-
I think people our age definitely remember and saw this movie.
Yes.
But
people a little bit older may not.
people, I think younger people probably didn't see it. You know,
Well,
I mean, if you're
that's what I
22
mean.
years
I
old,
misspoke.
you think of Arnold, you think of Terminator, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I think Arnold, I think of Twins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean he's an old guy now. If you're
He's kindergarten
20,
cop.
You're in your 20s. He's just known as that guy.
Yeah.
You're only catching movies if they're on Netflix or maybe they're on TV now. You might not be going all the way back to his, because the movies in the 90s, I've always felt his best movies are in the 80s.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And not that he has bad movies in the 90s, but they progressively got less and less.
He had his
as
peak
good.
in the
Yes.
early '90s, and then he had a couple of stingers.
Yeah. And
But
then
the peak was Terminator 2. That was the
Yeah.
absolute peak, and then it was down. It was down from there.
I like
Declined
his
from there.
1990 Swan song, which I believe was Junior.
Yeah, that's a bomb. It's a fucking bomb.
But if you think about it, the kids that grew up, the younger kids, like the kids that grew up in the 90s, I don't even think they remember him as a movie star. They probably just think of him, he was a movie star and then he was governor.
Yeah, and
Just
then he
like we
owned
don't know who Ronald, we didn't watch Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I don't know
movies.
any of his.
We knew Ronald Reagan was an actor, but you just remember as a,
he was
politician.
basically like a shitty movie actor. He
Yeah,
did
so
like
do
the
you
crappy
just
shit.
yeah, all you think
Academy
that
Award winner.
I'm sure these younger
I found
kids
that
just
out
think-
later.
Yeah,
That he was like, Go for Gonzo. He's a monkey movie or some shit.
he was a monkey
for
movie.
Gonzo.
That was
Listen, Arnold was in fucking Hercules Takes New York.
yeah.
Or whatever the fuck it was.
So they end up escaping from the prison. Smart white guy, nerdy guy, figures out how to. They make a prison riot and they get out, and then they're in like.
Well, not before Chico gets his head blown.
Oh,
off, though.
Chico! Chico.
Yeah.
So Chico
just can't fucking wait.
Chico runs for it a little too soon, and Chico's head blows up. It seems like it blew up from the middle, but whatever. Even though it's at your neck, and Dweezil. What's his name? Dweezil Zappa's in it.
Dweezil Zappa.
Who's like
Son of Frank,
Son of
sister
Frank,
sister of Moon Unit.
Moon Unit.
What is a moon unit? That sounds like
I'd
sounds like a
imagine-
measurement, but like, what do you?
I imagine Frank Zappa was very impressed by this movie.
That's how they
He was-
sell
I'm sure he was
cocaine in the
very
future.
against
Yes.
the government and things of this nature and fascistness. He saw this probably coming as well.
This whole movie looks like. Do you remember there was an Iron Maiden album? It was the one that they had Wasted Years on. I'm looking at these because I know you wouldn't understand
Yeah.
this at all. But yeah, the whole album,
Yeah.
the whole album looked like this movie. So yeah, it was a good album.
And so they escape. They meet like a little underground resistance who's
Always underground,
always-
never above ground.
and they help them get their. They got like the bombs on their necks. Get them off, and they don't trust Schwarzenegger because he was a former like police cop, military, whatever.
Yeah.
They call him like a cop. You're the one who burned my villages and stuff.
Butcher Bakersfield.
Yeah, he is
He
the
is-
butcher.
yeah.
Ben Richards, the butcher's of Bakerfield.
That's what he was accused of. what he
Baghdad
did.
Bob.
And he's a day worker. He's working with the Mexicans. There's a truck that drives away, and it's all Spanish people. He's on a truck.
On Saturday at 8 in the morning, you might see a bunch of Mexicans and Arnold in an ill-fitting construction hat. You're like, you want to help me put this drywall up?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
They're working in the tunnel system. I mean, he did work in. He was an iron worker.
Yeah.
He learned 18 months in prison, so he's got some skills, and he's got to blend in now.
Yeah. I mean,
He's trying to That's his life. Think of how terrible his life is. He's just going to live this life, and then eventually he wants to find his brother.
No. His brother has it
He
all
went to
set
his
up for him
brother's
to.
apartment, but you never heard about the brother after.
No. He talks about his brother. He says that he's going to go to his brother is going to set him up with a way to get out of this or whatever.
Okay.
And when he gets there and he runs into
Finds out he was re-educated.
yeah, because Maria
Which
Conchita,
basically means he was
Alonzo
put in some
tells
kind
him,
of penitentiary, some kind of prison probably.
yeah. So he goes to
He's
his
living
brother's
a normal
apartment.
life after prison. It's been a while.
Well, no, he goes right from he goes right from that.
That long?
It says 18 months after
Yeah.
he
Oh,
gets
You're right. 18
captured.
months. I wasn't.
Yeah.
It went from 2017 to 2019.
Yeah, but then he goes to meet the guy from Fleetwood Mac, and then they send him they cut the thing off his neck, and he goes to his brother's.
Oh, he wasn't working that day. He just
No,
he's
no,
undercover
this is just
working.
an outfit. This is
I
just an
thought he
outfit.
was okay. So he's
No.
undercover.
He was on his way to the Village People tryout. And
Yeah.
And that World Gym T-shirt. That's a
Yeah.
hot T-shirt.
He just gets to his brother's apartment, and that's when Maria Conchita comes in
Yeah.
and works out in her underwear.
The most futuristic thing is his hard hat. I could see that being a futuristic hard
That's
hat.
not
But it's
normal
not a
hat.
very well protected hard
It
hat.
might be.
No, that
you
looks
looked at a hard hat.
that
That's what
hard
this
hat
said.
looks worse than like a batting helmet.
It's a batting helmet for the
Speaking
bat
of
boy.
futuristic, we didn't talk about this suit. This suit was like a fucking nice suit.
Who? Fucking Richard Dawson?
Richard Dawson, yeah.
Richard Dawson's
of
in the
Family
movie.
It looks like
and is
he goes-
great in this movie.
He
Yeah,
goes,
he
I
makes
want
the
a
movie.
suit, but I want the suit to look like if your TV isn't working and you just see a bunch of snow. So put that fabric on and make me a suit out of television snow.
That's some gray in there, yeah.
Maria Conchita Alonso.
Maria Conchito Alonso.
Yeah, who works for ICS Entertainment.
And she's
Jesse the Body Ventura is in this movie.
definitely working out in
He's
lingerie. But
he's
not
a
like
retired stalker.
I feel
Captain
like
Freedom.
the lingerie is like trash. It's like Frederick's it's not Victoria's Secret. It's Frederick's of Hollywood
Oh,
lingerie.
Yeah, definitely. It's like on the bottom floor.
Yeah,
of
it's
your local
lingerie. It's
galleria.
lingerie on the first floor of the
Oh,
mall.
yeah.
It's not on the second floor of the
You
mall.
could buy this stuff in Caldors.
Yeah.
This
That's-
is Walmart. Fucking
Yeah, this shit's nowhere near the Filene's. This is like closer
Come
to
on.
Dick's.
Yeah.
This,
Macy's wouldn't
Closer
touch
to
this
Dick's.
stuff
this
with
is
a
closer.
hanger.
Yeah, this is next to Lechmere's
Yeah.
or Montgomery Ward.
Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, might get yourself a refrigerator and then you'll get yourself a negligee.
Yeah. At the
Same
most,
spot.
maybe you get a boutique store out in fucking Newburgh somewhere.
One of the funniest parts. They're going through like a criminal file scene. You guys okay? I think I missed a joke.
Oh, God.
That's too specific
Yeah,
a joke to mention
sorry.
on the podcast.
That's okay. Nobody's listening except for Australia.
They go through. I love the part. They're going. So he goes to his brother's apartment, and Conchila Suella, whatever.
Maria
name?
Conchita Alonso.
Conchita.
All right,
Conchita
let's- wait,
Alonso.
What's her
All right,
name in the
hold-
movie?
Can we do like some character bios here? I apologize. We've been drinking, everybody, so we've already fucked this up.
This is not going to be a professional
No,
broadcast.
this is gonna be the worst podcast ever.
Yeah,
Maybe.
especially
Okay.
because I just called it a broadcast. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not going to. I apologize in advance. Yeah,
Chicks with dicks here.
yeah.
Yeah, so Maria Conchita Alonso plays Amber Mendez, and you'll know her
Amber,
from
that's her
Colors and Predator 2.
Amber. So this is supposed to be her, his brother's apartment, and she's in it, and he finds her.
And he puts her in a chokehold.
So yeah, he doesn't know who she is. He just goes in and
Thinking his brother still
takes a
lives there.
shower, and when he comes out, he's all shaven. Arnold had a big
Wet
beard.
hair, wife
He's like,
beater.
"Who the hell are you?" Grabs her by the neck, and he's like, "Oh," and she explains that, "Oh, he was, reinstitutionalized, re-educated," and they start, it's like explain, she realizes who he is. He's the butcher of Bakersfield, so she's frightened, but eventually at some point he's going through the info net.
The Infonet.
The Infonet.
Not
Like
not
the
internet.
internet, but
It
it's called the
starts-
Infonet.
It starts with the IN. It ends with a net. But instead of it being primarily through your computer, it's through your phone.
Makes sense.
just like, and I just love one of the one of the pictures
Yes,
that
yes.
stuff's on is Mando Babyface March, and it's a real baby.
Yes, instead of getting a guy with a young looking face, they put a baby in there.
It's just a throwaway. I think it's a throwaway joke.
I think it's kind of funny.
Like they're going through like mug shots.
Yeah.
And it's
My
how could you not see it? It's a long. It was really. It just made me laugh out loud.
my biggest complaint with the movie is they didn't develop the baby face backstory.
I wanted to see more
Like,
about the baby.
I would have liked to see the baby as a contestant on Running Man.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
maybe that was on like the kids channel, the Crawling Man.
the crawling man.
Yeah, they don't kill them. They just
They
capture
probably
them.
put him on Guts.
Yeah,
Whatever the version
Yeah.
of Guts on this movie
Yeah.
was.
and he goes home with a piece of the aggro crag.
How funny would Guts be if you lost Guts, you would die?
Yes,
Just
Killing
a bunch
children.
of just a bunch of 10 and 11
Yeah.
11-year-olds dying on the aggro
Yeah.
crag.
and she's like, "Well, Mike down here on the purple team is Mark, and he just got his head chopped off." Oh,
Do you remember? Was this
Let's go to Mo.
Was this on Guts? But there was also, I feel like it was another show. Remember there was like a Legends of the Stone Temple?
Listen, the Legends of the Hidden Temple with the blue barracudas.
Is that what it's called? Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Legends of the Hidden
The
Temple.
Purple Monkeys.
I'm sorry, but my favorite.
Silver Monkeys.
Because
Silver
I have a
Monkeys.
Stone Temple Pilots tribute band called Legends of the Stone Temple.
Do you really?
Yeah, you can catch us every Thursday at at the Moonlight Lounge. We do all your favorite Stone
Everyone
Temple
likes-
Pilots hits
Oh,
with
really? Like the
with-
going to the commercial?
with a Nickelodeon reference.
Everyone
Yes.
likes Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I was a Finders Keepers fan.
Oh, loved Finders Keepers.
It was like impossible to win that game.
No.
but that was. I
But they
liked
had
that
the
show a
Nintendo
lot.
room. That was cool.
Can we talk about how all the phones in the future look
Yes,
like
we
a
can.
fancy vibrator?
Yes.
They do.
Yes,
do.
they definitely
They
look
look
like.
like fancy vibrators made by
What was it?
Yachikomi.
It was a Hitachi magic
Hitachi wand.
A Hitachi magic wand. In the future, everyone talks into a phone that looks like a Hitachi magic wand.
Yes, it does.
So,
Everyone vibrates their face.
And in the
Yeah.
future, Arnold wears white pants.
yes.
And so anyway, Maria Conchita apparently, like everybody, she's listening.
Everyone
to some-
does it.
Everybody does it. She's got illegal music.
Contraband.
It's basically the future is basically fucking Russia, for the most part. 1980s Russia is that basically what they're going at?
I guess
Communist
so, but
Russia?
it is
worse.
funny where
It's
the
worse.
Yeah.
It is funny where the future in this movie looks very
Yeah.
much like the future in the 80s. Like
She's listening to some Beatles music. It happens to be illegal.
yeah, contraband cassette tapes.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't come up with a better way of listening.
Well,
if you
they
say
just
that.
said the hell. We're not
Yeah,
gonna do that.
this movie has a real problem of saying
CDs
hey,
were
what's
around.
popular
in
now-
CDs
87.
were
They could've just
around
pulled
at this
CDs
point.
out.
Yes, maybe
CDs
they were in
would've
an
been-
elongated cardboard box, which we
Still,
talked about
CDs
earlier.
are still
But
futuristic
they're still
looking.
there.
I'll give them that.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
kind of look
At least pull out the
futuristic.
fucking CD, man.
Especially for 87, they look
It's
futuristic.
bad
Not
enough
everyone
that-
had CDs.
It's bad enough the internet is running on a fucking Atari computer.
yeah,
I mean, it's just
It's a television the size of like it's like 13 inches.
yeah.
the
This
same-
That's a TV in our house.
it's the same television they're using to plan the fucking Griswold family trip in the original Vacation movie.
yeah. And you're right. This movie definitely didn't predict Windows.
No,
No,
they
they're
were
definitely
way
run-
behind
predicted
that.
some things.
They're definitely
Didn't predict other things.
Yes, the political climate they got
got
eerily
pretty-
very well.
Yeah,
They did
But
very well.
technology, yes.
Well,
They're
they
little-
do what they can.
They didn't figure out that the movie, that they're going to run past MS-DOS.
Well, I like that they got travel badges, and how many times you got to scan your badge and get into work or something and get into a building.
Yeah,
That's something you got to do here
Yeah.
to travel.
because basically
gotta-
Arnold is on the run now, and he's using Maria so that he can
As a
get to
travel
Honolulu.
badge.
He's going to Hawaii.
He's gonna split. Yep.
And Maria is just looking wonderful in her one-piece dress, nipples and all. And Arnold's wearing a great shirt that if she threw up on, it wouldn't show up on that shirt.
How funny would it be if this was just the purpose of the movie?
What, just going to Hawaii?
Like, he's like, I don't want to be a freedom fighter. Yeah, I just want to spend the summer in Thailand.
Who can blame him, though?
I don't blame him at all. He's just trying to get away.
Yeah,
from
it'd be
it
like,
all.
I'm just going to hide out. I don't really need
doesn't
to
wanna
go
fight
through
the
all this.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to fight the power.
Yeah, I'm not trying to prove a point. I just want a vacation.
You know what's funny? Though? A lot of 80s movies take this weird approach to at least television. Because if you watch like RoboCop, there's always those commercials that are running, especially in RoboCop 3.
Oh, that's the great. That's the
You
great
know?
part about RoboCop is the fascist commercials.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the-
just stuff
like,
like that.
That's
man.
another one. It's like a fascist state.
I mean, it's definitely like these
No,
children
I'm
of the
thinking of,
60s finally making movies, and they're gonna like.
I'm
this is
thinking
the
of,
fuck you to the government, you know.
Well, I'm thinking of the wrong movie. I'm thinking of Starship Troopers is a fascist state. Excuse me, but they got the same kind of commercials. They got the middle interruptions. Starship Troopers is another great movie with
Is that the movie with Orlando Jones in it? Am I confusing the?
Orlando
It was like a
Jones.
late '90s. You remember he was
Rico. His name's what? I can't remember his name. I don't know.
Does anyone remember?
Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones. He was like the first breakout star from Mad TV. He made like a space movie in the late '90s.
Oh yeah, the guy that he's in fucking what's that movie with Dan Aykroyd and the crazy alien insects.
Oh, Evolution.
Evolution, yes.
That's what it was
Different
called. I'm
movie,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh, he's in the Replacements too.
I was. I apologize.
Yeah.
It was a solid
Different
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
That's on Evolution. Evolution's more like Ghostbusters though. That's a
With the
that's a
aliens.
Ghostbusters type movie. Tell you the truth,
Fucking Donkey Lips.
very
in
few
that
movies
movie.
like that. Donkey Lips is in that. He is in that.
Gee, is this the second movie we've done? Second show you've done with a Donkey Lips reference? I mean, wasn't? No, he
We're going
wasn't.
all over the place
wait,
today.
Donkey Lips was not in the bicycle episode of Different Strokes,
No.
but he was a recurring character in Different Strokes, wasn't
Was
it?
he?
Towards the end.
That has to be towards season
It
6.
must be towards the end. I don't
Oh
remember.
no! Donkey Lips is not. I know who you're talking about. Somebody else.
No, the
from-
redheaded
yes,
kid.
the redheaded
I
kid.
thought the redheaded kid was Donkey
Budnick.
Lips.
No.
Budnick.
Budnick.
From Salute Your
Budnick's
Shorts
in it.
was
Yeah.
Arnold's like little friend,
His
adopted brother or whatever.
Stepbrother.
Yeah,
Budnick wasn't molested, right?
I don't think so.
He didn't get there in time.
No.
He didn't get there in time
No.
for the
I'm sure
molestation.
he would have.
He didn't get there in time for the
He was- see, the
molestation.
problem
Most redheaded stepchildren.
Like
get
he went
molested.
there for ladies' night and he got there too late for the drink specials.
Only poor Dudley
Yeah.
played.
The problem was
Played-
Budnick was on his way. He was awaiting, pizza and fucking a free radio, and he got to the door and the police tape was already up.
Dude, pizza and free radio is not a bad deal.
Ice cream and video games. The guy had an arcade machine in his house. He's
I don't-
basically telling children,
maybe he just gives
"Hey, children,
blowjobs."
come
Yeah,
here."
I don't want to.
Imagine you got a blowjob for the guy.
I don't want a blowjob from Mr. Horton.
And you
But I'm
got to
just
play
saying,
video
Did you
games.
see his teeth? They were sharp.
I don't want to be too
a good
problematic.
host.
No.
But if you were gonna get a radio in pizza, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. But getting jerked off by some 40-year-old man and you get pizza and a radio.
Oh,
It's not that worse of a deal. If we still had the video and you saw how fat I was, you would understand what I was. You could be like, oh, I can understand that guy wants to get pizza and jerked off. But it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I think I would deal with a 40-year-old jerk off for a pepperoni pizza and a radio.
all right.
You can edit that out. I think, right?
No,
Can we
no,
edit that?
I-
No, we're gonna keep that in.
I'm gonna do my best to hold on to every bit of that information.
No, you definitely do, because I'm thinking about
in
running
case I
for.
ever need to get out of prison.
Well, I'm thinking about running for city council.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely.
City council.
Okay.
Goodbye, city council.
City council is Springfield.
Back to the movie.
So anyway, there's this movie called Running Man that we just keep running away from.
So he eventually Maria Cinquanta Amber.
No, it's Maria Conchita
Chiquita Alonso.
Her name's Amber.
Yes.
She breaks away from Ben Simmons and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ben Richards.
Ben Richards.
Ben
actually.
Yeah, Ben
I'm
Simmons is
fucking-
the
everyone's
basketball
fucking names
player.
up left and right.
This is
I
the worst
get it, 'cause-
podcast we've ever done.
Well, no, Chiquita Alonso Mourning. I get it. There's a lot of basketball
She
references.
goes, "Oh, it's Ben Richards,
Yes.
the murder of
Yes.
Bakersfield."
Butcher Bakers.
Yes. It's the butchers of Bakerfield.
And,
in my apartment.
so he just,
Ay, ay, ay. That's.
Yeah, exactly.
you might as well have said that.
They really should have played up
And then
the
the camera
Hispanic part
panned
of it.
back to her, and she's holding a bunch of maracas. Really fucked up.
Selling oranges on the freeway.
Exactly. Anyway, so Ben's captured, and he is then met by his court-appointed
Theatrical lawyer.
his court-appointed theatrical agent, and he's basically told that if he wants to get out of this, he has to compete in this fucking very popular show called The Running Man. #1 show. Everybody fucking watches it, and it's basically a show where convicts are thrown into a gladiator type situation.
You're stalk. You play like a game of stalk.
Yeah.
Of manhunt.
Yeah. Hosted by fucking Richard Dawson.
Who does an amazing job.
Exactly.
An amazing. He takes.
great.
Yes.
He takes.
He actually wasn't
takes
the
his
first
host from
choice
fam-
though. Originally, it was Mark Summers. He had prior
Mark
engagement.
Summers.
Really?
No, I'm lying. I'm sorry.
No, it's true though. Because
But his hands are too dirty.
Yes. Apparently, there's too much blood. He had a problem with
Well,
it.
there's a problem. Him and Arnold got into a big argument that they didn't want to put in the whole pick a giant nose for a flag part in the movie.
Exactly.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was a little too, artsy fartsy, and he didn't want to include that part.
Exactly.
And
I don't blame him.
I think the movie was worse off for that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Richard Dawson's just sitting back in the cut, fucking smoking his Misty cigarettes. Did you see how long those things are?
Definitely Misty 100.
These- You know the best part of these movies is
I remember when I was younger. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go
But I
ahead.
remember when I was younger, and whenever some kid like maybe I don't want to mention his name, but there was a kid that used to hang out
A
with
kid that I know, apparently.
Well, yeah, me and Michael, the two Michaels. There was a 1 year age
I know
difference.
this guy.
But there was one kid that used to hang out with a lot, and he's a good kid. I don't mind him. But whenever he used to ask me for cigarettes, or when any kid that was younger than me used to ask me for cigarettes, my point was I was going to get the most feminine cigarettes possible. Like I would go to the gas station and I'd go, "Get me the cigarettes that Julie Andrews would smoke." And they would go, "I don't get your reference." And I go, "All right, well, get me Misty 100.
Julie Andrews.
He's not in this movie.
No, she's not in this movie. But you know exactly the type of cigarettes I'm talking about. Because these people would want to smoke cigarettes because they'd want to look cool in front of girls. That was back
Why
in
not
the...
grab a pack of
You
Julie
guys don't...
Andrews?
Yeah, in 2017, you guys don't understand. Back in the 90s, we smoked cigarettes to look cool. That was a thing, is that you would smoke cigarettes to look cool. And yeah, so whenever someone would ask me for cigarettes that was younger than me, I would get them like Benson and Hedges or
Oh my
anything
God.
that like you would get that like a grandmother that was going on her way to bingos.
Yeah.
Bingos.
Bingo.
Bingos. Like it's a plural.
Dude, you know what's great? We are 30 minutes into this podcast. We are 5 minutes into the movie. It's fucking awesome.
I love
The efficiency when I get...
I love the
The
movies.
efficiency when I'm third chair is just
Oh my
amazing.
God.
We
I
get
love the names
right to
of
brass
think
tacks.
here's some of the names that Arnold has played. His name is Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ben Richards, Julius Benedict, Douglas Quaid,
Yeah, no,
John Matrix. There's all these American names. He's
very American.
Well, he's always playing American. How often is he
He's
not
like the
in another...
least American person.
Like, all right, fine. In Hercules... Is Hercules in New York or is it Hercules in Brooklyn? Which one is it?
I think it was in New York.
All right, fine. In that one, all right, fine. He plays a Greek guy. In Red Heat, he plays a Russian
Greek
guy. But
Yeah,
other than
there's a
that...
few where he has.
You know, I
yeah.
think in Kindergarten Cop, he does admit that he's originally
he
from
just
another
says
country.
Kimball. No,
Yeah.
he is. He's from
Yeah.
like.
You
Arnold
know?
Hercules in New
Schwarzenegger.
York.
If I was a producer, this is Mike Sanikov's fantasy producer section of the podcast.
Okay.
I would have put him in Moscow on the Hudson instead of Robin Williams.
Oh, well. Considering Maria
Arnold
Conchita was already in the movie, he should have been.
Arnold Schwarzenegger playing a saxophone, worth the price of admission alone.
Definitely. Oh.
Was Conchita Alonso in Moscow?
Yeah,
That's what I
she's
feel.
in- yeah, she is.
was, right? Yeah,
she is. Phenomenal movie.
That was an inadvertent callback. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize.
That's nice. That was a nice little segue. In there.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
they prepare Ben Richards, Arnold
For
Schwarzenegger,
the Running
for
Man.
the Running Man, and our woman lead is she's watching on television and she realizes fake news.
Yeah, exactly. Alternative facts.
They say
not true.
that he killed
Failing New York.
a ticket holder and a security
Yeah,
guard.
he caused mass
killed,
destruction.
He killed nobody,
Dogs and cats living together.
Yeah.
and she realizes
Mass hysteria.
She realizes where what kind of state she's living in. Mike's losing it over here.
Half this conversation I've been losing it. This is hilarious. You guys are killing it
Oh
today.
my god. We're talking about nothing. This is a
No.
movie about Running Man. Or it's a podcast about
It
Running
was.
Man. We're running away from the topic.
It was about the Running
Yeah,
Man.
that's fine.
Excellent pun. Excellent
That's
pun.
fine. Whatever. Arnold's in the movie. He wins at the end. You know.
The security guard from Mallrats
Yeah.
is in it.
Yes. By the way,
yes.
LaFours is in
LaFleur.
this movie.
And I'm the one who spotted it. I was so proud.
When he was in
Chris
Mallrats,
pulled his dick out, said, "Look at me, everybody."
When he was in Mallrats, was he the guy that got? Remember the guy who ate the chocolate pretzels and he put his hand in his butt?
No, that's the guy
that's
from
not
Walking
him.
Dead and Cliffhanger.
Okay.
No, he's the one that fucking Kevin Smith that keeps trying to
The bookies in Running
Take out a
Man.
commission.
How stereotypical are this?
what?
The bookies in this movie.
Oh yeah,
They look like the
Oh,
same.
it's great.
they got
I
two
like
Mexican
it,
guys in their
stereotypical.
fucking
Yeah, the
zoot
bookie-
suits.
They
the
got
bookie-
the solid gold dancers. in
The
there.
bookies in this movie look like you went on an all expense paid vacation to the Dominican Republic. You got off the resort and
Yeah.
you wanted to go to a
they're betting on
cockfight.
cockfight.
And those are the
That's exactly
these-
what it's like.
That is
Yes.
exactly
That's
what they look
perfect.
like.
You perfectly described what it's like.
You're like, Punta Cana's great, but I want to see what the real Dominican
You might
Republic
be
is
betting on a
like.
baseball game in the same way, too, with a big giant blackboard where they write everyone's name up.
Yes. Yeah,
So-
give me 5 on Pedro Martinez, 20 on Little Jerry.
Oh,
Take
Jerry.
Take a small break.
oh, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
On your marks. Get set.
Killian.
I'll be back. Only in a rerun. Go!
All right, and we're back from today's current edition of Fake News, brought to you by Maria Conchita Alonso. And when we return, the games have yet to gone underway.
So they're
Climbing
preparing
for dollars.
Ben Richards. He gets injected with something so they can track him in his IV, and he's being prepared to be put in The Running Man.
The number one show of the dystopian future.
Dystopian future.
Dystopian future. 2019.
Where the grunts in the slums bet on it.
Yeah. Everybody in the slums is watching. All the rich people are watching. This shows monopoly on all TV viewers.
We're like watching
This is
Dynasty.
the American Idol of its
Exactly.
day. Yeah.
What's that? Who shot JR? This is like who?
Dallas.
Dallas. That's it.
Dallas.
We're like watching Dallas.
Remember my parents
Imagine
rushing home from grandma's to watch that episode?
Imagine the best episode of Dallas every night. Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Who shot JR?
The best
That's
episode of Dallas.
I was always more of a Knots Landing fan, but I can respect
Landing.
I was always what
like
was the
the
one with
Wings.
the bus, the plane.
that. Wings. I love
Wings. I fucking hate Wings. I know you like Wings. I know you like
Dude,
Wings.
Wings was the only reason why.
Quagmire.
Wings was the only reason why I got
Wings is
along with my
great.
freshman roommate.
Oh.
For a little backstory,
Your freshman.
I've been to about a baker's dozen worth of colleges.
You should be a doctor and an astronaut. by
Yeah,
now.
yeah. By the amount of time, by the amount of different schools I should be, yes, you're right. I should be a doctor and an astronaut. I should be able to perform
And
space.
and a cowboy.
Yeah, I should be able to perform space appendectomies at this point, but unfortunately, I didn't. I just dipped my toe in a bunch of different schools.
Hey, it
for
happens to the best of us.
Yeah, and for some reason, I kept on rooming with people for some reason whose first name and last name would rhyme. And one of them would be Foonjun.
Foonjun?
And me and Foonjun, the only reason why we got along is we both shared a love for wings.
Oh my god.
So
It was on in the mornings. I
yes,
remember.
it was on in the mornings
On USA,
in the
I
USA TV
believe.
show, which also brings up probably one of the greatest questions for all time. Better version of Wings, the TV show or the band? Hot take. Hot take.
That's a tough one. I do like the band a lot, but I think the TV show might have had a little bit more success.
See, I used to think that too, but now Band on the Run?
Well, Band on the Run is phenomenal.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
exactly.
Band.
I'm a Wings
And,
fan.
I'm not even a Beatles fan, and I'm
sorry.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney wins out. Hands down. Yeah.
All right, so you agree with me too.
Yeah.
I used to think Thomas Hayden Church.
No one cares about
Was
Wings, a
all-
TV show.
No, Paul McCartney wins in the grand scheme of things. I'm just saying, like, fucking. I think it took a while for people to appreciate Wings.
Yeah,
You know,
as you're right. As a 19-year-old, I
Oh.
would say Thomas Hayden Church all day. But now, as a 30-year, now as somebody that's in their mid-30s, I'm old enough that I don't want to admit what my age is on a podcast.
Yeah.
I appreciate Wings more.
Oh, okay.
The Paul McCartney version.
Yeah. So, 37 minutes and 43 seconds into the podcast, we have yet to talk about this fucking movie.
But we had a great discussion about Wings.
But we found a little bit more about how we all feel about the band Wings in this show.
Amber, our female lead,
Is back at ICS because she wrote the network.
she
jingle.
happens to work there, and
She wrote the network
She
jingle.
starts looking into. She tries to find because I'm sure she knows. You think she'd already know this already that there is fake news because she works at the fucking
Listen,
TV station
right now.
Anywho,
Right now, she's lucky that he didn't kill her or rape her and kill her or kill her and rape her. You know?
she says this to her friend. I was like, I was hoping she'd just say like, oh, I just want Arnold to rape me. He's so beautiful and handsome.
That's what you want to
true.
hear?
She
As a woman, I thought she was gonna say that.
You don't want to
Like,
hear.
who wouldn't want that guy on you?
As a woman,
I thought they were gonna pump him up a little
Yeah,
bit.
I
I
think-
wish this guy would just hold me down and
Yeah, I thought she was gonna say that.
do things to me.
Yeah, I think we're all qualified to speak on behalf of
Because-
women.
Oh, I think
But
so.
she definitely
As far as I'm concerned,
Oh,
as,
yeah.
as-
She wanted it.
when
I
she
mean,
wanted the D.
She wanted a good black guy and a sore vagina.
in comparison, as a 10-year-old boy, I wanted my father to be Joe Montana or Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, that was a good choice. I thought.
I think so.
I thought
was a good choice.
it'd be fucking awesome. But you know, as a woman, maybe you want him to pin you down
Yeah,
and rape you,
possibly.
or maybe it wouldn't be rape if you wanted it. So
Yeah, you know what? When I get home, I'll ask my wife how she
I'm
feels
sure
about
we're
it.
in trouble for saying something.
Oh,
That
yeah.
being
we lost
said-
at least 3 other feminist
That being
viewers.
said, don't underestimate Joe Montana's D. He had a hot 80s D. 3 Super Bowl dick. That's a 3-time champion Super Bowl dick.
That's what I'm saying. It's Joe Montana. Who would want Joe Montana
Yeah.
as your father?
Yeah, you're all just automatically assuming Arnold Schwarzenegger. If she had the choice between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Joe Montana, it would not be so clear.
I can tell you right now, it wouldn't be Phil
Joe
Sims.
Montana's on the cover of a video game.
Yeah, exactly. If
Sega
it, was between,
Genesis.
if it was between Joe Montana and Boomer Esiason, Dick, of course you're going to take Joe Montana.
Joe Montana doesn't have a commercial for Reebok.
throwing
called-
shots at Boomer
at
and
least,
Carton.
you know,
So
Boomer knows what Bo doesn't.
Amber looks in. She finds the altered footage of the helicopter flight that put Ben Richards in jail.
Which get him the coined the phrase
She
"butcher bigger."
She steals it and puts it somewhere,
Yeah,
which they don't find.
we'll find out later.
But they don't.
You don't need to know,
when they
right?
search her because
Right
she
now,
gets
it's
caught.
none of your
she
business,
gets caught,
man.
but they don't find where she hid it.
She hid it somewhere.
They play the footage online to show how bad a man Arnold Schwarzenegger is. Him butchering people. More fake news. They can alter video, Photoshop.
We can do that
predicting. We can do it now.
Yeah.
But this is like.
All right.
It looks like perfect. Imagine making video like CGI, but like you couldn't tell the difference. You couldn't tell if I'm watching a video of someone acting or just it's a computer generated.
Which I'm pretty sure they can do this now. I mean, if you saw the last,
They're not showing us
fucking
now, but maybe they can.
Captain America movie.
Because like the government information is always way better. You know, the technology is always way better. Maybe they can do it now. Maybe they're faking information immediately.
Possibly.
We're gonna turn into InfoWars real quick. Yep. We got to change the subject.
Yep, 42 minutes. We're 42 minutes
What's
into the
going on
podcast.
here?
That is a great word. But you're right. This movie in '87 successfully
It touches on
predicted
it. It touches.
Photoshop and CGI, and that was part of the reason why we started to watch this movie, because we're like, it's amazing how on the nose that a movie that was made in '87 that predicted 2017
It's
is.
got a lot of 1984 in it. The book.
Yeah.
It is a short story by Stephen King.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but written under the alias of Richard Buchanan or
Video
Richard Bachman.
Video Rangers exclusive.
Yes,
You thought you thought it was Richard Bachman, but it's
No.
really Stephen
It's
King.
Stephen
Yeah.
King.
He wrote this at the
Exclusive.
No, yeah.
exclusive.
And
Funkmaster
fake
Flex
news. More fake news
Oh
is
my god.
okay. What's going on here?
Oh god.
More fake news is we got. They show the past winners. I missed another joke.
Oh, there's no jokes. The joke is that we're 42 minutes into this and we've fucking done nothing.
I'm trying to go through the movie.
And I'm making awful Funkmaster Flex sound effects.
You on lasers?
Catch me in Danbury, Connecticut. We're talking about the
How about
Running
that?
They show the past winners of the Running Man game show, and they're all in like Honolulu with women, beautiful women. You find out
pina
later
coladas.
they're dead.
Yes.
The former winners are losers,
Yes.
as
Even
Jim
though we
Brown
just-
says.
We just jumped all the way to the end, but fucking
I don't care.
Oh, God.
We're going on the fake news rant here. Propaganda. So now they're sending Ben Richards down the tube, and they caught his friends who he escaped in prison with. Someone's got to talk about the fucking movie, for Christ's sake.
It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't.
Chris,
matter.
you're our anchor. I think it's
I'm
obvious.
the fucking anchor.
I think it's
right,
obvious
man.
after 22 episodes, you're the one that keeps the episode on track.
I used to think that was Mike, but Mike's lost all hope now.
Oh man.
You've corrupted him.
I did. I mean, honestly,
My DJ Clue references.
my sound effects were just yeah.
All right.
I just
This
want
is a
Arnold to be
Chris
my
Dietz
dad.
exclusive.
We're gonna do those now. We're gonna get the laser effects.
Oh
like
god.
DJ Kelly. Oh, for Christ's
Who the
sake,
fuck is DJ Kelly?
Callie.
Oh, okay.
Callie.
I don't know who that is either, but
He's the new DJ Clue
okay. All
for
right.
the new generation.
Yes.
Same bullshit.
Okay. All up in your area.
So there's a
Arnold-
very long scene of him going down a tube, and it's pretty cool and whatever. So eventually
is.
that's done. I gotta, it just keeps going and going and going.
I like that scene where he's
It
going
doesn't
down the
keep
tube.
on going. It was a
It goes.
good.
It's a little long.
It was a good
Well, you gotta
movie.
fill time.
I think I said this as a compliment. I was surprised that the movie ended already, which I think means that it wasn't a boring movie.
No, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it was a solid movie. I feel, we've derailed the conversation, but this is a very good movie.
We got to get to the first
You know,
stalker
I
here.
think let's just get to the kills.
Let's
I
get to
guess.
the villains.
Yeah.
First
And
stalker
first up,
is an Asian man who plays hockey,
Sub
dressed as a goalie.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in various films.
What else?
Three Ninjas.
What else do you have to say? It's an Asian man playing.
So
hockey.
It's a sumo wrestler playing hockey.
he does stuff to him, and
in
then
goalie equipment.
Arnold Schwarzenegger wraps around barbed wire around his neck and kills him.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
And
it.
and this doesn't happen. You don't make
But
kills.
stalkers don't die.
The stalkers don't die.
They don't die.
The crowd is
So
like, holy shit.
They have somber words for him.
Hey, Killian! Here is Sub-Zero! Now, Plane Zero!
But after these important messages, after that's said,
Yeah.
like, who gives a fuck? And they're back on their vibrator phone, all day long. And I love the part because they have the stalkers come out, and then they get an audience member,
Yeah, to participate.
and they get prizes as the stalker does stuff. They get more
Yeah.
prizes like, the Running Man home game.
Yeah.
And they get more gifts, and they get old ladies and nerdy guys, citizens of America, who aren't
just
put
can't
down
decide.
in the dystopian future.
Exactly.
And
Well, why
who's
choose?
next? Buzzsaw.
But it's not just Buzzsaw. It's Buzzsaw and Dynamo.
Dynamo. Yeah, we got a double. We got three guys. We got to
Hey, Christmas
double
tree.
them up.
Buzzsaw Aldrin.
Oh, is that his name?
This season's leading stalker. And
Mike doesn't know where to go. Dynamo shows up.
Opera
Finally,
guy.
and he's just singing. He looks like Light Bright.
He does look like Light Bright.
He kind of looks like Bulk. If you remember the Power Rangers, there was a guy named Bulk. Who was a
I don't
fat-
remember that.
I don't know the power.
There was a
Rangers,
I used to watch Power Rangers, and I know I hate Power Rangers.
Yeah, but you
But-
watched it.
I did watch it, and there was two villains called Bulk and Skull, and there was a big fat guy, and he looks just like him. I can't remember if he was Skull or Bulk, whatever, but he looks like Dynamo, and they sing opera. And then Maria Conchita Gonzalez here is she gets arrested because she was snooping around. So then they send her in the Running Man game, even though she was the victim of Ben Richards' hostage taking. So they send her down. So we got 4 fucking people now. Holy shit.
So we got 4 people. Holy shit, we got 4 fucking people on the
4
run
of
here.
them. You know what I just realized is
Ain't kill anybody yet.
this has nothing to do with anything. But Richard Dawson, the host of this show,
Is drunk.
who we talked about, does a great
Kinda
job.
like us.
Who does a great job? Who's is great in this movie. Richard Dawson is wearing the same thing I wore to senior prom.
You got the same
I didn't
tux
pull it
on?
off.
No
Yeah,
tie?
I wore that tux. Yeah, with no tie. It was like a Nehru jacket.
All right.
It was like a bow tie with no. Yeah, cut that out. That was no. That's neither here nor there. But I just realized that.
That's neither here. All right, so our 4 villains now, or whatever. What do you call them? They're
Running men?
Yeah, the
The
running
running man. They're figuring out a way.
There are anti-heroes.
because they threw Maria into the mix. Now she's also a villain.
Smart guys trying to figure out how to like destroy the satellite. And
You know
they're
what?
dealing with stalkers at the same time because Buzzsaw comes out. Now, when I was a kid, this was like my favorite guy.
Buzzsaw?
A dirt bike and a chainsaw? That's fucking awesome.
That is true.
And we all made this reference before. These are like Mega Man villains now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of like the same
Very
same
one-dimensional.
thing
Because
going on here.
he uses it all against them each time.
yes.
You know? With
He takes their
Buzzsaw.
weapon. Mike's favorite video
Yeah.
game is Mega Man.
Yes, if
Take
you
their
recall
weapon
to an
and
earlier
use it-
episode,
and
we
use,
said this.
Use someone else's weapon against them.
Exactly.
It's similar
Buzzsaw
to that.
gets a
Video
chainsaw.
Rangers exclusive. My favorite video game is Mega Man.
Yeah. Buzzsaw gets a fucking chainsaw straight to the dick.
Scrambled eggs.
What was it that you said?
Scrambled eggs.
There was a lot of, surprisingly, I haven't seen this movie in 20 years. There was a lot of nut grabbing in the movie. What was it called? You grab them by the
Oh,
peaches?
It's you block and you steal the peaches.
Steal the peaches.
Yeah.
Steal the peaches.
It's a good move.
Is that right block, left hand, steal the peaches, and then he body slammed.
Yeah.
Threw him over the cliff.
So, chainsaw to the dick.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
While the chainsaw to the dick scene is going on,
And the light bright guy.
the nerdy guy is cracking a case code here to try to get into the fucking the info
The
net.
satellite. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's doing
that. Light bright attacks him, electrocutes him. Maria Conchita gets off with the code. Arnold fucking runs up on Maria, almost being raped by fucking light bright.
light bright guy. Great Christmas tree. Trying to rape
Christmas tree.
Maria Conchita Gonzalez here.
Twice,
He gets
right?
in his
Yeah.
stupid fucking Ford Focus. And he tries to drive him down.
It was pretty interesting because he tried raping her. He still had the light bright costume on, but no pants.
No pants down.
And that being as a overweight gentleman, I can understand that because I've definitely tried to have sex with my shirt on and no bottoms.
Yeah, I've tried that,
Um,
I do that myself
yeah.
sometimes. Nothing worse than getting a blowjob and you can't see her head.
Yeah. Yeah, what's going on down there? I don't know. Yeah,
Happened to me a
it's-
few times.
Yeah, it is. It's a sad. Yeah, it's a sad thing.
sad state of
Sad
affairs.
state of affairs. But we like to know what's going on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Every now and then you like to see something. Make sure you're alive down there.
So,
But yeah,
Dynamo-
I get shy. I don't want them looking
Yeah.
at my man boobs, so I put a shirt on. While
Same way.
Yeah.
Dynamo turns over
Anyway, so there's this guy
in his
named
Ford
Dynamo in
Focus
the movie.
with an open hood.
Yeah,
And I don't know why he.
I don't know. He says
Ben Richards doesn't kill him. He just puts a pipe in his arm.
he doesn't kill him because he knows he's on TV, and he says to him before he kills him that I won't kill an innocent human being because he's attempting to
He's
make
completely
yes,
on.
He's the people's
He
champion.
can't defend himself though. But he's undefended.
Yeah, he's like, listen, I'm not such a bad guy. I'm not going to
Fair
kill you.
enough.
But listen, it doesn't matter. Dynamo's down.
But they won't show that.
Buzzsaw's
They
out.
won't show that.
Sub-Zero's
on
down.
this- on the reality TV show that he.
Here
showed
comes
mercy.
Fireball.
Coming out of retirement, Fireball is.
No, Fireball's not in retirement. He's just chilling.
Oh, he
No,
is.
I don't think.
He's got the old gray hair.
But he
No,
didn't.
you're
maybe
skipping
right,
out.
but he
Fire.
didn't-
Wait, Fireball was in retirement.
Fireball's no.
He's not in
Captain
reti-
Freedom.
Captain Freedom.
Captain
is in
Freedom is in retirement.
I don't think that Fireball was supposed to work that night because who would ever thought
That's
they would have
what I
got?
think it is.
There's probably only 3 on call. Fucking, it's like being.
Yeah, you don't want to have to pay overtime. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's time and
Hey,
a half.
Fireball, you sit back.
You
You're
know
on
what I
next
mean?
week.
Like, yeah,
Tonight we got Dynamo up as a backup and
yeah. And Jim Brown's character, what was his name? Fireball.
Fireball.
Yeah.
He looks like a mix of a badger and the black guy from Requiem from a Dream,
Definitely.
the one that says ass to ass.
Well, he's
You
the
know what I'm
sports leading rusher.
I hate that movie.
Which one?
Requiem for a Dream.
Really?
You don't think it's a good movie?
I like it, but it makes me feel dirty.
Well, no, it's
Oh,
a
well,
super
it should.
depressing movie,
It
but
should.
it's
I
a
don't
great
like
movie.
movies
Yeah.
that bum me out.
You know what made me feel dirty? Mr. Horton's Bike Shop made me feel fucking dirty.
I thought it was hilarious.
I went home and I washed my dick for an hour, and I didn't even do anything. I didn't even participate. But
I
I
don't
felt
e-
like I should have done it for Dudley.
I don't even go to a Tim Hortons coffee shop after that show. I don't even know if Mr. Horton. I don't even know if Mr. Horton's first name was Tim.
When I was a kid, I had a fear of bike shops.
I
My
don't
dad
want- I
offered
don't
to give
want
me a bike radio. I said, "No, Dad, I know where that leads."
I don't want a bike radio. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
I'll tell you what, my kid's never going to learn how to ride a bike.
Yeah, take me to Triple Crown baseball card shop instead.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna steal Mad Upper Decks.
Looking for a hologram. So there's this movie called Running Man, and we're watching
We
it.
might be watching
Believe it or not. 53 minutes in, not even through half the
It's
movie
gonna be a long
yet.
one.
We're going to cut this off eventually.
I think we're getting through it.
We're getting... Well, we're just running through it.
Well, it's called Running Man.
Yeah.
It's a,
I couldn't even tell
Quite
this was Jim
apropos.
Brown.
No, you...
I didn't think it was
no,
Jim
no.
Brown.
I couldn't tell it was him. It didn't look like him. I mean, he always got glasses on, but usually Jim Brown shows up. Like, oh, that's Jim Brown. You know,
Yeah.
I know it was
You
him.
think Jim Brown, you're thinking Attack
well,
of the
Jim
Martians.
Brown, and I'm gonna get
wish-
way racist here, but Jim Brown used to rock that kufi. Do you remember? Like he always used to have that kufi on.
No, and he does that after this.
Yeah,
That's where you really see that.
the kufi that was the same as.
Mars Attacks.
No, I was going to talk about. Do you remember boxing? There was a guy named Riddick Bowe, and
Yeah.
Riddick Bowe had this tiny Jewish manager called Rock Newman.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
I do.
And he always used to wear dashikis. and
Yeah,
kufis.
yeah.
But he was a guy that looked like he was better off running a bagel store.
Than training a fighter.
This is something
Yeah.
that we're gonna have to cut out. But
No, leave it in there.
But Rock Newman
I love
was one of
everything
the
bagels.
funny. Yeah, Rock Newman looked like he was either gonna train Riddick Bowe or be like an ancillary character in Martin.
Yeah. In Martin, he says. So Fireball's on the loose, and he's going to fry Arnold's balls. I think.
I mean, I just love they're just running down a whole lane. He's got a flamethrower, and they're just running away from him.
Well, you can't exactly shoot that flame
That's what
and
I'm saying, you
run.
can't-
It's going to blow in your face.
Yeah,
You
it's true.
can't- Yeah, you can't do that, but it's just like I know it's kind of funny.
Listen, I think
Well, I think-
everybody's got a flawed weapon here.
I think
that's
this
part
brings
of
it back
the-
to the
yeah.
Mega Man aspect that makes the movie so entertaining.
Exactly. So Fireball's approaching, and Maria and I'm sorry, her name is not Maria.
Amber.
Amber.
I like calling her
Amber
Maria.
Nunez.
Her- her name is
Maria
in her-
Conchita is so much more fun to say.
Her name is so fun to
is.
say.
All right, you know what? Her name's fucking Maria Conchita. She's the
Maria
girl from
Conchita.
Colors who fucking opens up her legs to the crackhead. Anyway,
Listen, we've been to a school. We grew up with a lot. We grew up in a very diverse
I knew
community.
3 Maria
did.
Conchitas personally.
How many?
Hell, I'm marrying
How
one.
many Amber Nunez's did we know?
At least 2.
No,
And they
How
were
many-
all in the ROTC.
Like Amber was like the most white girl name. How many Amber Nunez's did you know?
But it's the future. They've assimilated to society, but
That's
haven't lost the
true.
accent.
Ooh,
Matter. You gotta
that's
remember,
true.
Mike. It's the future.
Yes, it's the future where every immigrant
And I'm
has.
stuck in the past. You're right.
You are. You think you're 19 years old still.
You're right. I'm still making
You're
Martin.
still in high school.
I'm still making Martin references. What's wrong with me?
Martin references.
Martin.
I say that's.
Oh my god!
This podcast is stuck in the past.
Did you ever see the show Martin?
This
I have seen it.
Yes.
I stopped watching it after
Did you ever
a
see the show
while.
Martin? And he has a sidekick that named Brother Man that comes
Oh,
in,
I remember Brother Man.
that comes in through the windows.
I do remember Brother Man.
And another neighbor called Shinene, I believe Shinene was her name. And he was friends with a guy named Thomas. He went
did.
by Tommy.
Tommy.
He went by Tommy, but I like to
Nobody
call,
knew what he did for work, but,
But I like to call Thomas. Nobody knew what he did for work.
No.
I thought he was a used car salesman.
Yes,
Um,
he knew how to weld.
and to make a transition,
Yeah.
the show Martin had a lot of silk shirts.
He did.
So does Running Man.
So, Fireball gets killed.
Fireball gets lit on fire by a road flare when Arnold pulls his fucking gas
And
line
they're
out
gonna
of his
pull.
tank.
And they're gonna pull Captain
Jesse
Captain
Ventura
Freedom
comes in.
now. Yeah,
Jesse
Captain
the
Freedom.
Body Ventura.
Jesse
says,
Ventura.
And he's pissed.
says, "Hey, listen, I gotta go to the ringside, Mean Gene."
To stomp all these lames in his creaky ass costume.
He's like he's got some weird Tin Man costume, but he didn't want to wear this shit. He back in my day, we used to kill people with our bare hands.
Exactly. Go to the gladiators, Mean Gene.
Go to the gladiators. Yeah, it sounds fucking awesome. Now it's all theatrics. You gotta have a costume. You gotta have a fucking thing. Like wrestling.
theatrics.
Like wrestling.
Theatrics. Yeah.
It is theatrics.
It's all
No,
theatrics.
you're right. Yeah.
It's-
No, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah,
We got a guy singing opera, for Christ's sake, in his Ford Focus.
Well, listen, it's a
Yeah.
great tragedy.
Mike used to drive a Ford Focus.
I did.
Maybe
Was
he
it
used to sing
Bumblebee
opera.
yellow?
No, it was maroon red.
Oh, that's nice. I work
Kind of
with
like Pat's wardrobe.
Well, that's totally inside. And no one knows that joke. We're just making fun of people we know now.
I know that joke, and
That's okay.
and trust me, Australia.
Nobody listens to our
hilarious
podcast
joke.
We just made. Never mind. Anyway, back to the movie. Here comes
Running Man,
Here
1987.
comes Photoshop. More fake news. So they fake the deaths of
All right.
Ben Richards.
Listen, the network's having a bit of an issue.
They
now
can't
because-
kill him, and they're missing now.
Yeah.
The underground establishment we talked about earlier, if you remember, have found Ben Richards and Amber.
Yes.
And the television show, they're trying to take over the television network satellite, but the television show is photoshopping, and way better than photoshopping, like CGI.
Well, they're
like,
creating
it's
a fake
super
fight.
Just think of technology.
Yeah.
It's
technology.
it's
Just
not
think-
yeah.
super
It's-
technology.
It's super 1987. I'm trying to explain it the best I can here.
Oh my god.
It's super 1987, 2017 technology.
The podcast is burning.
It's
over.
You could just think of CGI today,
It is CGI. It predicted
but
CGI.
in like 60 years maybe now, you can make it seem like if I videotaped somebody and it looks like somebody, but you can fake it. So they fake it. They superimpose someone on someone else's skin in a death scene that was already filmed prior. And Ben Richards dies.
Yeah.
Arnold
Jesse the Body
Schwarzenegger.
Ventura kills him.
Kills him. So then, bam.
undefeated.
Yes. Undefeated Jesse the Body Ventura.
Undefeated.
And, that happens. And it's like, it's really, again, like, how far away is this? We're really looking at the precipice. Is that the right word? Of this possibly happening. Who could you say that you could just make up news stories, make up video of things happening that they did, like rob the bank or.
No, true. Ben Richards wiretap my
And
phone.
I don't know how, like, okay, bam, you can make someone see the crime. But why couldn't you put, if the government agency had something against you, they couldn't put child porn on your computer, put something bad on you, and then they can bust you. Like, I didn't, there's not, what would you say? If somehow the government put stuff, illegal stuff on your computer, how could you fight against that?
You know, it'd be awesome if they actually had this show.
It's a scary.
and,
It's a scary thing, though.
Let's say you were to do this show now, like real show, real time.
Well,
Everybody's
this is
gonna-
just government. Forget about the show.
Let's say tomorrow I woke up and fucking, hey, prime time Sunday night, they're gonna be showing this new show called Running Man. First contestant, Jared from Subway.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I would say no, but yeah, like
No, because now you're
What
now
if-
you're making a VH1 reality show. This is like a CBS reality
no.
show.
What?
We gotta
This
get
is
ratings.
something
Gotta
that-
pull people in.
No, but CBS.
All right,
this
fine.
is like
Bernie
Amazing
Madoff,
Race or
first
some-
fucking contestant.
But I mean, see,
Everyone
if,
hates Bernie Madoff.
Yeah.
if some government official all of a
Chainsaw to
sudden
the dick.
says
Maybe-
child porn on their computer,
Yeah, maybe Rod Blagojevich.
that's what I'm saying. How do you defend yourself?
The Menendez
You
brothers.
couldn't defend yourself. You put that label on someone. And your defense is that the government put it there.
The
Holy
ICS
shit,
network
That's a
is...
huge. Saying that
Yeah.
is a huge. You ain't getting out of that.
Listen, the Running Man is essentially... this entire TV
That's a
network
scary thing.
is like a
These
bunch
are things. These are my nightmares. That I
Your
would be
fears?
convicted of a crime.
Listen,
I
I
didn't
thought-
commit. And like, no, those are my fingerprints. I didn't do that.
That is very
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
You're right.
These are my.
it is your nightmare.
Listen, I thought your biggest nightmare was having to shower with other people in the high school bathroom.
Yeah, that's another one of them.
Yeah.
Well, I got many nightmares.
I'm learning a lot about you as we do this podcast.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
But this is what you're basically saying. You could. like having we're talking about stuff like having a heart attack gun or something, having things we
Heart
can.
attack gun. What kind of weapon is that?
Wait, I know I've been drinking, but I did not see the part of the movie with the heart attack gun.
I'm going
That sounds
conspiracy theory here,
fantastic.
but no.
Was that the time we were walking around with
If
an
you could
unlicensed
fake
nuclear
someone's
accelerator?
crime, why wouldn't you fake someone's assassination? Make some, assassination where like we're going in that area, is what I'm saying.
my God.
It includes those things. Where there's technology that the government has, and we're going to InfoWars here that is never be revealed from us.
Believe it or not,
Has
folks,
everyone-
we used
This
to be
might
a movie
lost.
podcast.
This might be a lost episode.
Has everyone ever
This
seen
movie's in awoken so many things
Listen,
here.
this
So
movie
woke.
kicks ass. Go and watch
Woke
it.
AF. Woke as fuck.
All
Yeah.
right, all right.
woke as fuck?
Would it be possible?
Can we air this?
Can we take a break?
Chris
for a second?
Deets just turned into woke
I
bag.
gotta take a fucking piss.
We need
Can
to take a break.
All right, hold on a second. We'll be right back after these messages from the Running Man.
Sub-Zero, Fireball, and Buzzsaw. Say their names with reverent pride. They punished crime and served the law. As patriots, they died.
All right, we're back, and this episode is brought to you by the Heart Attack Gun, brought to you by Chris Dietz.
It's a real
and
thing.
Maria Conchita's
Too much salt in
kangaroo
your
stomach
diet.
pocket vagina.
It's something in my horror. The heart attack gun. It's terrible.
Anyway, so Arnold is
Scary.
tired
So
of
he's
us
been
wasting-
fake. They've been fake. They died fakely.
Oh, these guys just died.
That doesn't sound really good. He
Yeah.
died fakely.
Yeah.
Fake death.
They've been
Yeah.
they
Alternative death.
How do you say this? Alternative death. Yeah. Alternative facts. Fake news.
CNN is the game show channel.
The audience thinks they've died.
Yes,
The
whole
world thinks
world.
they've died. This is the number one show.
Because this is back when there was only 3 channels, apparently. The future has 3 channels. People are just watching this.
That's it.
There's no Netflix.
There's a fact. Media is controlled by the government. So yeah, maybe there's only 3 channels.
Exactly. You just watch this You watch this show after you watch the Mets game.
It
the
comes
Mets are
on
even
after
around.
the Mets are even on.
Kevin
This comes
Reynolds
on.
Kevin Reynolds hit a 2-run double at the 8th inning.
It's like a rain delay.
Feeling
This
good.
comes on.
You know what
Yeah,
would be
now
great?
you watch people die.
It would have been great if Richard Dawson was replaced by fucking Ron Darling.
Or Ray Knight.
Ron Darling.
Yeah.
Wally Backman.
Benny Agbayani.
Free Wally Backman.
All right, so there's a freedom fighter situation
So
going
freedom
on.
fighters, everyone's got fucking guns. I don't know why you have a Uzi with a fucking scope on it. It looks cool.
Listen, Uzi's
but
the gun of the
that's
80s.
it.
It is a gun of the 80s.
Chuck Norris is king for that. Actually, right now, if you want to go...
Solid gold dancers are
This
dancing.
is my least favorite part of the movie. The Solid Gold Dancers had no...
The Rockettes?
Yeah,
No,
they
it's
had
for show, man. It's part of the
Showmanship.
show. It's part of the show. That's all.
What, they couldn't get Janet Jackson in there? Rhythm Nation?
No, they
That's
just
too
had
much
Paul
money.
Abdul in the background.
She
And the guy from Fleetwood Mac.
Lindsey Buckingham,
Oh, God. So...
a.k.a. Bernie Sanders.
more dancing and Richard Dawson.
So much dancing.
Yes. And the freedom fighters have infiltrated the TV network station. They're creeping around the tunnels. Richard Dawson is putting on a show for America. And they are able to bust in to the control deck and tell everybody that the news is fake and show them the real tape from the Butcher of Bakersfield.
Revolution will be televised.
Yes, the revolution will not be televised.
exonerating Ben Richards.
Yes.
Buy these Charles Barkley Air Maxes.
Yes. Meanwhile, Maria Conchita goes on her own, and she's almost... Is this when she's, like, raped by, or attempted to be raped by
Yes.
fucking Dynamo?
Dynamo is still alive.
Yes.
So, and he attempts to rape her, and we have
Yep.
an underwear scene.
Yeah,
Yes.
woefully unprepared. Conchita Martinez.
Exactly. No chastity belt,
Alonzo,
nothing.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
She gets pinned to the ground, her legs are spread, and Dynamo proceeds to blow as much hot air into her vagina as he possibly can.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah, he's got whiskey dick. He's too much in his head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know when you're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck,
Yeah.
and then you get too nervous.
Yeah.
And then you got fucking like snail dick.
And she calls him dickless. That does happen.
She does. She does. She was like, "Who's your favorite actor in The Wire?" Michael Dickless.
Michael Dickless.
Listen, she just got out
I
of
like Michael Dickless. He's a good actor.
She just got out of a really long relationship with Nick the Dick.
Yeah.
Who was in an episode of Roseanne recently?
Yes.
Oh, an old one. Not recently.
Did I ever tell you can we go off the rails?
It
If you
does.
don't mind,
Oh, have we gone off the rails? Can we go off the
if you
rails?
don't mind, can I digress for a second?
You may.
I just want to tell you a story that's not related to this movie.
Okay.
Did I ever tell you the first pair of boobs I've seen in my real life? I feel like that's a watershed moment
Okay.
for any young boy.
I'd like to hear it.
Sure. Go
12
for
years
it.
old, my aunt takes my mother
Your
out.
aunt?
My aunt, whatever, if you want to.
Okay.
All right. So she buys tickets to a Broadway show for my mother's birthday. And it's got Laurie Metcalf in it.
Okay.
Who's the sister from Roseanne.
From Roseanne.
So the first pair of boobs I've ever seen in my life were Laurie Metcalf.
Oh, in the play?
Yes. Yes.
She showed her boobs on
She
stage.
showed her boobs on that stage.
Was this at the Winter
What was the
Garden
name
Theater?
of it? Was it
It may have been
Cats?
it wasn't Cats. No, it wasn't Cats. I forget what the name
Now
of the
and
movie.
Forever?
I forget what the name of the movie is. I remember I saw Laurie Metcalf's boobs, and then I went to go get fondue afterwards. So,
So it was a pretty cool night.
awesome, right?
Tits and fondue.
Yeah, the best.
The best.
We can get back to the movie, but I just want to let you know that the first pair of tits I've ever seen were Laurie Metcalf's. And if anyone's seen the show Roseanne, they'll get the comedy of Laurie Metcalf's boobs, and they'll also appreciate how delicious fondue is.
All right. The freedom fighters are breaking in.
Dynamo's dead, by the way.
And well, while they're doing this, they like hack the system, and you see, it says like Killian's lying to you, which is Richard Dawson's character, and they're showing scenes. They've put the tape in about Ben Richards not killing the people. He's not the butcher of Bakersfield. He's just they're showing because apparently there's cameras everywhere at any time at any place, and they're exonerating everyone.
I forgot they literally said
They
Killian
basically
is lying.
they hacked they hacked the whole thing. They show the whole the real Arnold the whole real scene in the helicopter.
WikiLeaks.
And at this point, our freedom fighters shoot. I always feel like you guys are making fun of me.
I'm not laughing. You know what I'm laughing at?
I'm just being a dick at this point.
All right, this is the thing. This is the worst episode we've ever done.
They're just shooting people.
However,
Random people.
most fun I've had in a while.
Blame
I've had
me.
a lot of fun.
I
This
might
is the
be
best
I might
episode.
be
It's
big.
the
I
worst
apologize
episode.
to everybody now. We know it sucks, but maybe we invited you a little bit into our actual world here. And this episode wasn't structured.
This is like a very raw.
That's fine,
raw
man.
episode.
Hashtag
know what?
blame the third chair.
We're just having a good time. If you haven't seen Running Man, put a chainsaw on your own dick. I mean,
no, it's worth
chainsaw
it.
You gotta
on
see
your
this
dick.
fucking movie.
Come on, it's the Running
it
Man.
says a lot.
It's Arnold, and it's
Arnold-
not Terminator
it's
2.
Arnold's
which
hidden.
everybody
This
shoves
is
down
Arnold
your throat.
Schwarzenegger's hidden gem.
Yeah,
I gotta
man.
say, of all his
Everybody's
movies,
seen-
this is the movie. It's not as out there.
It's
Not that a
not
lot
as
of people
well
don't know.
known.
People
It's-
do know it, but it's not as well known.
It's
I think.
not
And
Predator,
It's
it's
really
not
good.
Terminator.
It's really good. Yes.
You're right. It's
And-
not.
And it
Predator,
has a
it's
lot
not
to
Terminator.
say.
And
There's
it-
a lot of political overtones, and it's a lot to say.
No, and
And
we
it does it well, considering it was directed by the Paul Michael Glasser of fucking Starsky and Hutch fame.
Yeah,
I think we
awful.
don't have to go. We don't have to
Awful.
finish the movie.
We're
not going to.
And we forget because we made that mistake. I made the mistake that I thought this is the movie where he says "Get to the chopper,"
I thought so too.
but this is the original. I'll be
it's-
back. So if you,
Is this the first one other than
Yes, this is the
Terminator?
first-
This is the first one after
this
Terminator?
is before Terminator.
I don't think he says.
No, it's not
I'll be
before-
back in Terminator 1. Does he say that?
Yeah,
He says it in Terminator.
He does. No, he does. No,
He says it in Terminator.
No, guys.
Hey, can we
He
talk
says
about
it in
how
Terminator.
Awful Edward Furlong was in Terminator 2.
No, I'm talking about
Can we
Terminator
talk
1.
No, he says it in Terminator. He does say it. You guys, you're way off there.
If I check this out and you're wrong.
No, I
right.
fucking know he says it in
Okay.
Terminator.
All right.
I
Video
will
Rangers
fight you.
exclusive. This is the
You don't wanna
first
do that.
movie he says I'll be back in. Fuck
No,
Terminator.
no, you fucking liar. Get out of your
Fuck
fake
Terminator.
news.
Fuck Terminator.
Terminator.
One.
Mike's doing fake news over here. He said it in Terminator, asshole. You get out of here.
Oh, God.
Stop ruining my show.
That is the synopsis of this podcast. If you don't have time to listen to the whole podcast, listen to the
He
one
says
segment
this
where
in.
Chris
He
plays
says
me
this in.
for rating the show.
He says this in every movie. He says in Terminator. He says in Commando.
There was a lot.
Terminator's 84. Commando's 85. Predator's 87. Running Man's 87. Listen, I've seen these Raw Deal and Red Heat. I can't remember. I'm sure he says it in there. I don't know if he said it in Conan. I'm pretty sure that wasn't a Conan line.
It wouldn't be a Conan.
It wouldn't make
Can you
sense.
imagine it in Conan?
But maybe he did. No, but it's Terminator. Terminator's the first movie.
I think this.
And it's
Okay.
every movie
listen,
after
listen,
that.
he says it. He does say it in Terminator. That is the first
You
time
don't
he says
have to
it.
tell me, because I know.
I'm telling the audience just to confirm.
Well, they know too.
Well, great. Everybody knows Chris is right. Everybody suck his dick now. You got one thing right.
Whoa,
out of
whoa, whoa.
5
I got
episodes
one
of saying
thing
things
right.
wrong.
I got one thing
Video
right.
Rangers exclusive. Chris
now
Dietz is
I'm-
right.
Now I'm the fucking
Bram,
jerk.
bram, bram.
Now I'm the jerk because I know fucking something.
All right, this is the last
Chris
episode
knows
of the
facts.
Video
Let's
Ages
fucking
podcast.
let's yell at him.
Oh God.
Get out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house. Everyone yell at Chris.
Well, there are other good one-liners that I don't remember.
No, there's lots of
Unfortunately.
great ones. There's lots of good
What
ones.
was the one? I'm gonna go through your stomach and rip out your butthole.
Oh,
Is
we're
that
gonna-
what he said?
No, he
was,
says
that
I'm
was a
gonna
direct
punch
quote,
through your
right?
stomach and rip
I
out
love
your
it 'cause
spine.
It's
rip
angry.
out your fucking
it's,
spine.
It's angry Arnold, and I love angry because he usually says things cool and collective. Very. I mean, he says that one. He's pissed. I love that one.
So angry.
and the credits roll.
It's a, but regardless, I mean, if there's one takeaway message, watch this movie. It's a good movie.
If you have not heard of it or seen it, you need.
I'm
to see
assuming
this and
somebody's
find
watched
it.
this. If they've,
It's a good
listening to
movie.
this.
Why? It goes a lot quicker than you think it did, which is like a weird compliment, but it is a compliment.
No, the movie rolls.
This movie went way faster than I thought it did. I think it was a. You're right. It's the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Well, it's my favorite. I don't know.
It's up there.
You know,
it's-
I
it's-
can
it's
see
up
people
there.
arguing with me on that.
It's my favorite. So that's 2 out of 3 Video Rangers.
Again, I'm put on the. I'm the bottom guy. I'm the asshole.
Well,
If
what
you
was
hear
your
anything,
favorite?
if you hear anything different,
My
it's fake
favorite?
news.
Yeah, what's your favorite Arnold movie?
It's a toss up between Terminator 2 and Predator.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I mean,
It's
I gotta
alright.
say, I'm gonna say Predator.
all right,
I would
that's
take
fair
Predator.
enough. Predator is my second favorite Arnold movie.
Predator's awesome.
You know what? Actually, it's not even a matter of which one's my favorite. It's whatever one I feel like watching, and I end up watching them all eventually. Yeah. I mean, I don't go a year where I'm not fucking popping in Total Recall or something. You know,
No, it's true.
Or I watch it on TV.
Yeah. Papa Zanny, Papa Arnold
Papa
Schwarzenegger
Zanny.
movie.
Oh yeah,
And you can watch this movie for $2.99 on YouTube.
I think it's
really?
on. I think it's on Amazon and Netflix. I'm not sure, but
I bet it is. You could probably see it there.
I mean, I got it at Walmart $5 like 10 years.
I just
ago.
thought it was funny because last week we did Return of the Killer Tomatoes, and it was free, or you could pay $2.99 if you wanted. Go figure that one out.
Maybe there's an up.
How do you fucking do that?
So what was it? It was like an NPR.
Well,
like you can continue listening
you're,
to the radio station for
no.
free.
You can watch it
But
for
we
free. yeah.
really wish you paid $3.
There was 2 different.
and you get a tote bag.
Or you
YouTube will
Get the
pull
closed caption.
any copyright shit, but they'll have a whole movie for free and have you and charge you for it. Like fuck you. You're a real cunt. All right. You
Oh,
do shit
God.
like you just like you're gonna charge people and throw people's content off, but you're gonna charge people for a movie and then and be like basically they wag their dick in your face and someone just fucking have the movie for free and you don't even give a shit.
stay away from those dick
ridiculous.
waggers.
That's the
It's
worst.
ridiculous.
Hate when those guys wag their
You're
dick in
just
my
trying to go
face.
through your business and you just see a bunch of wagging dicks.
That's why you get a chainsaw to the dick.
You're right.
Oh, scrambled eggs.
Wagging
right.
Dicks, man. Really underrated movie starring Robin Williams.
Wagging dicks. He would be in a movie called Wagging
That was
Dicks.
a good Wag the Dog
Isn't
reference.
that
That
the
was a
fucking-
great Wag the Dog reference. Australia, if you're listening to me, fantastic Wag the Dog reference.
Oh my god. So, All right, we're an hour and 17 minutes into
Yeah,
this.
go ahead.
I guess we
end,
gotta
end the podcast, Mike.
Okay, so you were
Watch
now,
the movie. It was a great movie.
watch The Running Man, and we'd like to thank everybody for joining us for the final episode of the Video Rangers podcast. Brought to you by Galoob.
Galoob.
Yeah, the makers of the game Genie for the NES, Sega Genesis, and Super Nintendo 64.
Are you talking about Tony Galoob, the star of the show Monk?
I should have.
Yes.
I apologize for not referencing
Is that what his
him.
name was? Tony Galoob?
Tony Galoob.
It's not the last. It's not the last episode
No,
of
we
Video
can do any
Rangers.
many episodes we want.
It's
Yeah.
realistically, it's the last episode of the third chair.
Oh no,
So
we'll have to bring a third chair back eventually.
So
We gotta sober up.
PC you later, right? Is
this
that
is probably the last
is that-
episode we go
is that a
beyond
special?
10 beers.
Is that a Special K reference? PC you later.
Oh my god! All right.
So if you've seen a bad movie,
or you've listened to a bad podcast,
Don't
we want to
invite.
hear about it.
yeah.
Don't invite a third chair named Michael.
All right.
Get someone more professional.
Bye.
This is television. That's all it is. It's nothing to do with people. It's to do with the ratings. For 50 years, we've told them what to eat, what to drink, what to wear. For Christ's sake, Ben, don't you understand? Americans love television. They wean their kids on it. Listen, they love game shows. They love wrestling. They love sports, violence. So what do? We give them what they want. We're number one, Ben. That's all that counts. Believe me, I've been in the business 30 years.
Well, I haven't been in show business as long as you have, Killian. But I'm a quick learner. So I'm going to give the audience what I think they want.
You bastard. Drop dead.
I don't do requests.